Welcome to a garage far, far away. And hopefully, I won't break Kristen this week.
Oh my goodness.
We are talking about all things Star Wars because it's Star Wars month. Cue the music. Oh, wait, sorry, we can't do that because of copyright. So, but Mr. Williams, we love your music, and you have
Eternally.
been the Bach, Beethoven, and Mozart of our generation. We
Absolutely.
thank you for all the musical contributions from all the soundtracks, as well as many, many other things that you brought us. So, but with that, let's roll in to this version of Star Wars Month. And it's called
What comes
What
next?
Comes Next? I
Cue
mean,
the Hamilton song.
cute.
Again,
Okay.
also not for
Yeah,
copyright.
no copyright.
What comes next?
Well, anyway, so we are so stoked that Dave Filoni is in charge.
Now, let us preface this. We are filming this early, so we have not yet seen, at the time of this recording, Mandalorian and Grogu. We have also not yet seen, at the time of this recording, the entirety of Maul, Shadow Warrior. Shadow
But
Lord.
be watching for our review, our little truck talk kind of review after we get done with Mando, because we will go see it in the theaters anyway.
We're just kind of have a little discussion here. So obviously, Mandalorian and Grogu. Again, at the time of this recording, it's not out yet, but we've gotten a trailer, and so far that trailer, we're getting Road to the Hut, which most fans knew as Stinky, from the Clone Wars live action film because they never called him Rhoda in
Live action?
not live action,
Animated.
animated film.
Animated.
Excuse me.
Okay, confuse me for a minute.
I apologize. That was a whoopsie on me. But he's being played by Jeremy Allen Baker of The Bear fame, voice wise anyway.
Mhm.
Which that's going to be interesting. He looks like he's basically a gladiator fighter, which interesting. There's really not like we can't really tell the plot. It looks just like Mando and Grogu are doing a job, pulling a job, and somehow they're getting involved with Zeb.
You know, I mean,
Zeb's here.
we're hoping for more than just Mandalorian season 4
But I mean,
in 2 hours.
that's the thing. Mandalorian season 4 is still happening according to IMDb. IMDb still has season 4 listed.
You may
It
have heard
just
Kristen mention, I'm sorry, may have heard Kristen mention an Avengers like team up. And that's really kind of what we're hoping for Mandalorian and Grogu. That they'll pull in some of these animated characters that they've turned into live action characters that they have pulled from the movie, sort of, and they created characters, and they'll bring them all together in this one gigantic climactic movie that will propel us to Mandalorian season 4.
and again, we've not seen it yet because we're filming this in April, but hopefully, obviously, hopefully it has exceeded all expectations. Hopefully it is received far better than any of the Star Wars films
Now,
of
remind
late.
me, this will be the first major feature film that Filoni and company have done.
Unless you count the animated Clone Wars
The last 4 episodes of Clone
film.
Wars, I'm telling you.
They should. This is what I would love from Filoni and Co. after, Mando and Grogu happens. I would love them to just package the last 4 episodes of Clone Wars. Remove all of the intros and outros. Just slap them together. Release that as a feature film.
That'd be huge.
Release that.
I think
In conjunction with Revenge of the Sith.
I,
Make it a double feature.
yeah, I think that would be a huge deal. I mean, that's one of those things looking forward that would be we'd certainly go see it.
Or conversely, if you wanted to get really fun, edit them. Edit them together.
Oh,
Splice
edit,
them
I see
together.
what you're saying. Edit them and
Fans have been able to straight up give you the time codes where you would need to cut. We know exactly where the 3rd episode takes place because it starts off Order 66. We know the time codes. You just need to edit it for us.
well, if they're going to do that, they need to put Bad Batch in the whole mix too.
Yeah,
I just, so, but anyway, that sets us up for what happens after Mando, what happens after Maul. We have Starfighter. I mean, there's
Starfighter
just
is
not a
coming next
whole
May.
lot that we know about it yet,
All
other
we really
than
know is the only production picture I have seen is Ryan Gosling and a kid on a raft somewhere. That's the only production picture I've seen. Now, when I was going through and making my chronological list for our future chronological watch through of Star Wars, I saw that Starfighter was put at the bottom after um Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
So it's possible that we're moving forward in the timeline.
So you think Starfighter might be a launch into the next series of movies?
I'm curious because the Resistance won. The First Order was toppled. Rey's gone off to do her own thing, but who's in charge now?
Right.
Surely not Poe Dameron.
Fair.
He proved he has no actual leadership skills.
Right.
Because of how terribly they treated his character.
Yeah.
Finn can't. They didn't care enough to develop his character.
Right.
And
Rey's off.
Supposedly starting the next Jedi Order.
But the rumor mill, all of that you hear about, there's just really
But I am excited to see Ryan Gosling in this. I've heard that his project Hail Mary,
that he's coming fresh off of that, and it is receiving rave reviews. I can't wait for it to come to streaming.
We're planning on watching it once it hits streaming because I've never seen Ryan Gosling in a sci-fi setting, so I kind of want to see him in a sci-fi setting before I see him in the sci-fi setting.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Kristen. He has set himself up with the Hail Mary project to really launch into
Star Wars
very, very well. But other projects that we'd like to see, certainly
Ahsoka season 2
another
is
Ahsoka.
Also supposed to be coming. They're filming. I know they're filming. We've seen set photos.
My personal conviction is I'm hoping that we have another season of Maul. I would love to see another episode or season of Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see another Solo movie. I just don't know that we ever will on that one particularly.
And I don't know if we'll ever actually get Obi-Wan because while we liked it, a lot of people didn't for some reason. Because here's the thing.
It was slow. It was very slow.
And it wasn't what people wanted. Like that, I know that sounds weird. I think people were wanting more flashbacks. They weren't wanting a study in depression, which is what Obi-Wan was experiencing. Rightfully so. But I think a couple more mentions because Anakin is not the only one he's grieving.
Mm-hmm.
Obi-Wan has lost everything.
Right.
He had to watch all of his friends die, basically. He had to watch his brother be the one to kill a lot of them. Mm-hmm. He was betrayed by Cody, by his commander. And he had to watch Satine die.
Right.
I think a lot of people, myself included, we at the very least wanted an acknowledgement of Satine.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're one of those people that hasn't watched Clone Wars because it's animation.
I was one of those guys, and I regret it.
I feel sorry for you. B, you have no idea who Satine is. So you probably are like, yeah, it's sad his brother betrayed him, but come on, why is he so attached to this kid? He was also friends with Padme, and Leia reminds me of a young Satine because she's been raised the same way Satine was.
That's fair. One other thing.
She's just a little bit more fighty.
Doesn't a suggested son exist out there?
We don't know.
There is so much to Obi-Wan's story that is still out there that we really, I think that they could do a very good job, even if it is Obi-Wan in the desert flashing back constantly.
And I think that's what a lot of people thought it was going to be. Especially once we learned Hayden was going to be there, I think a lot of us thought we were going to get more stuff like what we got in that flashback sequence.
Right. Now, also, if I would love to see,
I would personally love to see young Obi-Wan.
You'd have to recast him.
There are actors that look enough like a young Ewan McGregor that we could do.
That is true. That is true.
But we'd also have to cast a young Liam Neeson, and we'd need a young Satine, because that's what it would focus around in my head.
One thing, on a different take, what are they going to do about Thrawn? Mm-hmm. I think Thrawn really does need to be set up as he is in the Skywalker saga, so we've got to resolve his arc.
Because somehow we have to get to Snoke in the First Order.
Well, not only that, but we left him with Ahsoka.
No. He got away with Ezra.
That's right. He came back with Ezra. But we've left Ahsoka deserted.
In another
galaxy. Far, far away.
With Sabine.
With Sabine.
And Huyang.
Okay.
The droid Huyang.
Yes. So, we need a resolution to that. But one other thing. More Hondo. please. If
That
you
was the
have to
one
do,
thing we
if
got
you have
mad
to
about with
do
Skeleton Crew.
a pirates, or smugglers
Tales
thing,
of the Smugglers.
Tales
Tales of
of the,
the Outlaws.
Tales of the Outlaws. I love that. Yeah, you missed an opportunity in Skeleton Crew.
And I think we complained about that in our Skeleton Crew
I think we
review.
did as well, but you just missed an opportunity. There's and they tried to unpack Cad Bane a little bit in that three
The
episode
Tales of the Underworld.
Tales of the Underworld. So they tried to do a little bit of that.
But that was split with Ventress, and the
It-
Ventress bits were more interesting
you know,
because we like Ventress.
far more. I think Tales of the Underworld and Tales of the Jedi both need their own individual seasons focusing on specific characters
Instead of splitting it between
instead
two.
of splitting
I
between
agree.
two, and because there's so many characters in the underworld and as Jedis that we need unpacking.
And that we know. Like, that's the thing. We know a lot of people. I want to see some of Boba Fett's early jobs. I want to see him rise to the point that Vader has to tell him, no disintegrations.
Mhm.
Like, excuse me, what is that story?
Right.
Now, granted, that's probably been explained in a book or a comic or a something that those of us who primarily watch the shows and the movies aren't privy to, excuse me. But we would like those stories too, guys.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much in the Star Wars universe, Skywalker saga, and outside.
Mhm.
There's so much rich depth there that can be developed into new tales.
It's a
that
galaxy.
far away.
It's not just this one family that can't seem to get its crap together.
What are those things that they send to get rid of the Jedi that Vader sends out?
The bounty hunters, the
No,
clones.
no. They have a name.
Inquisitors.
The Inquisitors.
I
would
want
love.
more of those.
Well, I was going to say you could bring the Inquisitors in a Tales of the Jedi as Post Order 66.
They've kind of done that because they did that in Tales of the Empire with our traitor.
Okay.
When we got her redeemed.
Well,
Barris.
yeah, Barris. Yeah. So I mean, there's so much to do, so much that you could be. There's so much coming that we probably don't even know about because Mr. Filoni is really holding it tight-fisted, as he should.
To do that.
As he should, because leaks and all this other kind of stuff. Man, oh man, oh man. I just think, I think if he holds it really close to the vest, it will get us more interest in Star Wars. Again, we mentioned a couple of weeks ago that Maul has the potential to really reinvigorate and revive interest in Star Wars. But I think it started with Bad Batch.
I agree.
We would love to see Bad Batch interspersed. I would love to see if it is indeed set at the end of episode 9, then it won't happen this way. But I would love, if it was set earlier, I would love to see our Bad Batch girl show up as
Omega.
the Starfighters.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the beautiful thing. Unlike the rest of the clones, Omega doesn't have a age enhancer.
That's true.
The way the others do.
Yeah.
Like, the reason Rex is technically only 22 but looks like a 60-year-old man is because the stupid Kaminoans gave all of the clones a rapid aging thing so that they could be ready to go and fight by the time they were 2 years old.
And
bad Kaminoans.
They've done it with Clone Wars.
But Omega doesn't have that.
Right.
So she ages naturally.
But a Tale of the Clones. You could certainly do that.
Here, I was actually about to suggest that. If you want to do it as a short, fine. But the Bad Batch were pulling missions all through the Clone Wars. We only got to see post-Clone Wars.
True.
Give us and I mean, they were pulling missions with Echo for a little bit. Enough that Echo was being the grumpy mom.
You could call it Bad Batch Mission Files.
Exactly.
Again, Mr. Filoni, make that check out to Cross and Ken.
We've already gotten a Bad Batch book, and I think there are currently Bad Batch comics.
There's comics happening that should be on stands now.
Exactly what we're asking for, and from what I understand, they are not only getting great reviews, but the fans are absolutely adoring them. So they're absolutely proving they're worth their money.
Which brings another comment to mind. Not only is the Star Wars universe a visual thing, but it's also, by movies and animation, it's also a book and comic book and everything, video games, series that will live and be expanded in ways that I think it would be hard to imagine. And there's so much of that that is considered canon now that
Mm.
Mr. Filoni has a wide variety. You have to be careful because there are folks who like new, but they want it founded in the familiar.
Hmm.
So you've got to still, you can't, I don't know that you could ever completely get away from the Skywalker saga.
I think that's why they retroactively chose to make Rey like she's taking the Skywalker name. But last update I got, we're not like Rey's spin-off movie, which I think was meant to be called Episode 10. There's no movement on that.
Yeah,
And I think it might be because Daisy Ridley was expecting a baby as they were going into production, so they knew they had to put pause on that. Which, if that is true, then Daisy Ridley, I hope
well,
you had your baby very well and that you are having a fantastic time.
absolutely, and get to know your child before you go back to acting. Um, they don't want anything to get in the way of Mandalorian and
Oh
Grogu
no,
at this
absolutely
point.
not.
They want nothing
That's
to
why
eclipse
Starfighter's
that.
not happening until
Well,
next
and
May.
that's why Maul has been released prior
Uh-huh.
to that
It'll
because
finish on May the 4th.
they just don't want anything to get in the way of what.
The Mando and
I
Grogu
mean,
hype train.
this thing started with the Mandalorian, and it just goes to show that there are great
Nobody
Star Wars stories to be told that
nobody
do not
thought
involve Luke, Leia, and Han.
there are no Jedi in this until, Grogu starts showing off. And
Right.
I mean, he's already he chose. He doesn't want to be a Jedi. He's chosen the path of the Mandalorian. But nobody thought that the random space western where the man doesn't take off his helmet was going to be the thing that saved Star Wars.
And it has.
And it has.
It has. And I think a lot of that, again, is to Dave Filoni's credit.
Mandalorian, well, and Jon Favreau.
And Jon
because
Favreau.
Jon Favreau
Right.
was
Absolutely. I agree.
instrumental in The Mandalorian.
Yeah. Needless to say, we're looking forward to the future of Star Wars in their galaxy far away. And we anticipate and plan on continuing to have Star Wars months in the future as well. That's what's coming
We're already
next year
Yeah.
from the Crossing King Garage.
We're already
during Star
brewing up
Wars.
ideas for what we're going to bring y'all next year, so y'all stay tuned for that in
We
2027.
You have enjoyed Star Wars month from the Crossing King Garage.
It's one of the things we look forward to throughout the year.
Absolutely, and we constantly are bickering back. Talking back and forth about what the content should be. Anyway, from a garage far away, this has been Star Wars month.
He's Randy, I'm Kristen, and this is Crossing Kin.
Yeah, and you're always family here. Let us know where are you watching Crossing Kin from? We'd love to know that.
Absolutely. And we will see you. It will be next week, and we'll be back on our regular schedule. So we'll have our video next week, and then it'll be a couple of weeks, and then we'll be back with you. We're getting back into our regularly scheduled programming as we come into the summer.
So be watching for recasteds, sortings, versus top fives, countdowns, over-unders. We have all of these incredible series planned for you. Kristen has a spreadsheet through December.
I've actually got us planned a little bit into next year.
And there you have it, folks, from the director's mouth herself. Anyway, this is Crossing Kin. We're glad you joined us. Later.